Hello, welcome to the garden. Today is January 16th and I'm starting onion seeds in trays that will go in the house under the grow lights and for an April 1st planting out date. So they'll be in the house for that long. A couple things I'm doing that maybe people will raise their eyebrows at, but it works. It's been working. Number one, I don't own grow lights. It wasn't really in our budget to do that when we set up our indoor seed shelving area. We are growing with shop lights and that's working just fine. And then number two, I've been experimenting with potting soil rather than seed starting mix because I'm finding it to be just really expensive seed starting mix these days. So potting soil is a little bit chunkier and I just sort of pull out the chunkiest pieces and plant in the seed cells. And in case you're wondering, does it work or is it causing harm to the plants? Let me show you my onions that I started in potting soil in the fall. Well, started I guess in the summer and then planted out in the fall. So how are they doing? Are they looking terrible? Is it just the wrongest thing to do in the world to start in potting soil rather than seed starting mix? Let me show you the onions. So we've got some nice fall planted onions going in this garden, and we've got more patches. Let me show you another patch. We've got this whole beautiful line all the way down there. Onions, onions, onions. So I just want people to know that seed starting in the house, if you need to keep within a budget, shop lights work, potting soil works, and for that matter, there's been times when I don't even have seed trays and I just plant in strawberry containers. So I just, if you want seed starting in the house to be part of your garden practice, I just want people to feel like that's a possibility even on a budget. The reason I like starting seeds in the house is several reasons. One, you get a jump start on the season. I can get plants started and then put them out when it's time. Another reason is just the choices. There are so many seeds online at online heirloom seed companies where you can just get varieties you've never tasted before, and it's a whole lot different than when I was gardening. As a child, you go to the nursery and pick out a tomato plant, and you could get Celebrity, Early Girl, Better Boy, or whatever that one was called, the boy, beefsteak. There's just a couple tomato varieties, and then you go online and look at how many tomato varieties really exist, and you can just be sampling tomato varieties the rest of your life. So I've been doing that with onions too, and here we go. I'm gonna start two new onions that I've never had before, and I'm sure I'm enjoying the onion flavors and varieties I've already been growing in the garden. So that's definitely, variety is a big plus for starting seeds in the house. Lots of choices. Well, better just get planting, I think. So I'm just going to fill up these trays here. If I come across anything too chunky, I break it. If it won't break, I just set it off to the side. That's that. If you've never grown in seed trays or modules, cells, lots of different names, it comes in three parts really. This is what you put the soil in, and it's got 3-inch holes in it, which is why you need a tray to catch the excess water, and also people bottom water too. You can fill your tray and it'll absorb up through the hole into the soil. And then it also comes with a lid, plastic lid that you keep on until you see the sprouts start to come up, and then you take the lid off. These are the onions I'll be putting in. Spanish sweet, yellow Spanish sweet, and this one is Zebrun, or I don't know how you pronounce that. It's a shallot. And then the one you saw in the garden a moment ago, that was Texas Early Grano. I've grown that a couple seasons now, and it is super good, really tasty, and does well in our desert climate. So here's how tiny and cute onion seeds are. And I'm just gonna put about 3 or 4 in every cell. And then gardener's choice whether you thin those or just grow in a clump. If you're gonna grow onions in your garden, one and then space out maybe 4 inches or so, grow another one, and then again. But you can also grow in clumps. You can have 4 grow together, and the bulbs will spread out from each other, and then you just make a larger space till your next clump. So 2 different ways to plant onions in your garden. Either one works just fine. Okay, and then a couple options here. Sometimes you can just dust a little bit of soil on top of those, or you can kind of press them in just a little bit. You can also just sort of leave them on top, and that's okay too. But that, I don't know, gardener's choice. I don't like leaving them just alone because it makes me feel like I didn't properly plant them. But they do root down, so however you want to handle this part of it. And then I will run sink water very gently over the top, but what I'm going to do is fill the bottom of this tray with water so it can absorb. Other people, another gardener's choice, will dampen the soil before putting the seeds in. So lots of choices. Just make sure your seeds are watered, and then get that lid on and get it under your lights inside the house. All right, I'm going to move on to this next one, shallot. One more thing I forgot to mention is that I label absolutely everything. So we're in the house now. We'll just put a proper sign on these. I just do that really gently because I don't want the onions to flood and run away into different cells. And really, that little bit of water, it doesn't get in there good enough, so that's why I water inside the tray. Okay, so they're planted and watered and labeled, and lids are going on. The lids will come off when I see sprouts, and they're just gonna be here on this shelf next to some sprouted basil. I don't remember if this is a strawberry container. Yeah. Right to the plant. Happy gardening.